Good morning. How's it going? Happy Friday. And it's great. It's Friday. What else is good? Nothing. The only thing good in your life right now is that it's Friday. Today I want to talk about nostalgia. First, just a little reminder that you shouldn't always be looking towards Friday. Always. Because if you're always wishing for Friday, you're pretty much wishing that 60% of the week, 70% of the week would just disappear so that you can get to the end game. And then you enjoy your 2 to 3 days of somewhat freedom, maybe 2.5. And then you just get right back to Monday, wishing to Friday. Wish for Monday. Enjoy Monday. Love Monday. Life changer, I promise. On the last morning video, which might have been a week ago, I started talking about nostalgia. And for whatever reason, last week I had gotten into this weird mindset where I started getting into things from my past and they started to bum me out because I was looking at them the wrong way. So I want to talk about that. I don't really know where these thoughts were stemming from. Am I recording? Yeah. Just you gotta make sure, I don't really know where these thoughts stem from. I think I touched on this a little bit in the last video, but I was watching videos on the internet. I know, shocker, non-adult films. And it was a video of Mark Zuckerberg getting his acceptance letter to Harvard. And obviously this is like comparison 101. Like, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to Mark Zuckerberg. And I don't. However, I saw the video of him in like the beginning of his journey and how, he took his book smarts to a level where he was able to create one of the largest empires in the world and will probably continue to be the empire. I really don't see Facebook dying anytime soon. I don't know. Do you? There's still a huge target market for it. Sure, millennials in between the ages of however old we are and however old we're not aren't the most fond of Facebook. But as far as everybody else, you know what I just realized? I hope to God there's not a video playing or anything, because or else this recording's going to be fucked. All right, I think we're fine. We're fine. And for whatever reason, the video of Mark Zuckerberg getting his acceptance letter made me think, what would have happened if you would have tried in high school? What would have happened if you were not too busy just goofing off? I got involved with a lady junior year. I think it was junior year. And being somebody who grew up in a very religious family, a lady at the time was huge. It was completely, I want to say life-changing, but focusing on a woman all of a sudden kind of changed everything for me. And I hyper-focused on that. I didn't get into any drugs or alcohol when I was in high school that I remember. I specifically remember during a senior pep rally, going out to this girl that I had a crush on, going out to her car with her friends, and they had a Sprite bottle that was just filled with some terrible vodka. I think it was like Sky or Smirnoff or something. And they were all just taking swigs. I remember grabbing that bottle, taking a swig, and just saying, "Oh my God, this is disgusting. Can a brother get a Sprite Remix, please?" Because Sprite Remix was in at the time. I don't know how many of you will remember Sprite Remix, but it was a clear, fruit-flavored Sprite. And to this day, one of the greatest pops of all time, hands down. And I do remember being up at my friend's uncle's house where we would drink Bud Light. I do remember that. So I know that I did do some sort of drinking in high school, but never, I wasn't going to parties. We weren't going out to bars that were allowing underage drinking. I barely got into drugs. I really didn't even start to experiment with drugs, I think, until I was 18. Since I think I had gotten out of high school. I don't remember being under the influence of any drugs in high school. I don't even think I remember what the first drug I did was. It was probably smoked weed. It was probably weed. And then I got into psychedelics, and then got into some like weird chemical drugs that my friend would buy off of bluelight.eu. I don't know how many of you guys know of that website. It was like a forum based around drugs, and you could just buy drugs from people that were making them. I did some of those. Good times, bro. You know? Sorry, this coffee is just too good. So I digress. I started thinking about high school and how I really didn't apply myself all that much on the classes where I really enjoyed being there. Photography, art, architecture, even Spanish. Like, I was pretty good at Spanish. I enjoyed Spanish class, and I always felt like I did way better of a job in the classes where I had a good relationship with the teacher. I still think about my teacher sometimes. I think about how I don't think they'll ever know how much they are appreciated until it's way too late. There was still one teacher that I would always go back to my high school, even after I graduated. And I would just go into her class after school had ended, and I would just sit and we would just talk. She was my math teacher. Her name was Miss Clay. And she was awesome. She was a fantastic teacher. And she pushed me in the right direction. And never slighted me for being who I was. Always accepted me for who I was. And can you imagine having to teach a class of 30 kids that you have to accept who they are as a person? Oh my God, it sounds terrible. So got into thinking about, my teachers and in myself and how I didn't really apply myself in any of the academics. And obviously, being a Jehovah's Witness, we weren't going away to college. It just wasn't an option. And I think because I knew that wasn't an option, I really had no desire to try to get into any colleges because I knew I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't going to have that experience of going away to college, even though your mom went to college. I know. And then I just kind of like zoomed up to current day, right? And this is all happening within like minutes of me seeing this Mark Zuckerberg video on YouTube. And I just started thinking about, man, am I as smart as I'm going to get? Do I have any possibility of getting any smarter? And the answer I came to was that I'm not going to get any smarter, that I am as smart as I'm going to be. That is an incorrect mindset, and I know that now. But man, I remember just at that time when I was thinking about, can I get any smarter? And I was like, no, I can't. Like, you are as smart as you're going to be. And I would love to be a whiz in a lot of things. Computer science major, absolutely. Programming shit left and right. But I have to trust in the fact that the things that make me are the way that they are for a reason. And I have to trust that the things that I have experienced in my life make me who I am today. I say that out loud, but I haven't really committed to believing that. And I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to make myself believe that a little bit more. Again, I think this comes from a state of wanting to compare myself to other people and wanting things in my life that maybe I don't even necessarily want. Maybe I'm just wanting the things that I don't have. Do I want to be the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company? No. Do I even want to be a programmer? No. Do I, I think about, because I feel like I'm not as smart as I could be, I can't have the conversations with people that I want. And I feel like if there's somebody out there that I could potentially have a cool conversation with, but because I can't comprehend what the F they're saying, that I'm going to like missing out on good knowledge or some shit. I don't know. I don't really... Remax just tagged me on Discord. I don't really know what I'm trying to get at here. But what I'm trying to get at is that sometimes I feel I could have tried harder in high school. I could have gotten a better education for myself, and maybe been smarter. So I don't know why I keep getting on myself for just not being smart, even though I am smart, and I need to tell myself that I'm smart. You could always do better, and maybe that's some motivation to do better, to spend some time to learn some things. On the other hand, I've been working in IT for 10 years. I have 2 classes of formal education in IT, both of which were like starter classes. I've been able to be self-taught up until this point, and that is something to be celebrated. But yeah, nostalgia is a bitch. It's good, but at the same time, it's bad. And I'm pretty sure we went over this in one of the last morning videos. Nostalgia is a time where we ache to go again. It's the pain of an old wound, and not necessarily that it's a wound, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like it can be really toxic to focus on it all the time. And of course, I've always had these conversations with friends about, whenever we say, "Oh, those are the good old days." What about the today old days? What do I have to do to appreciate the days as they are now? What routines can I implement in my life? What practices can I implement that will help me appreciate today, to help maintain my gratitude? And there's probably some things out there, and I'm going to look into those, because I feel like even though these times are absolutely nuts, the things that we're going through right now, shit's still pretty good. I'm in a relationship. I have an amazing girlfriend. I live in a house. It has heat. It has air conditioning. I'm streaming on Twitch. I have a great community on Twitch, and even, an equal as dope community in Discord that I'm able to hang with all day. I have an amazing set of friends. I'm still able to play video games. I don't have kids, thank Christ. The days are great. This life is awesome. And so I think what I need to do is maybe set a time aside a day to be grateful for the things that I have in my life right now, and to appreciate the good days that are right now. Because it's so easy to look backwards and judge yourself for the things that you did or didn't do. And I think it's a good quality to have, to look back and maybe want to improve on things, but you can't change the things that are done, and you can't change what you did in high school. Do you ever think about, like, if you were to do it over, if you were to do your education over, if you were to do high school over, go to a different college, study a different major, like, I always think about what I could do with my brain if I went back to being a freshman. I don't really know how to describe this feeling. Sorry about that. This feeling of what happens when I think about going back in time or reliving something over again. It's such a weird, like, abstract mind. It always kind of fucks my brain up a little bit. But I feel like I would probably fuck up. Can I? I feel like I would do worse. So I don't know. A lot of thoughts coming up on 30. Not necessarily negative thoughts of being 30, but you just think about things that you never think about before. And it's good. It's a good thing to think about these things. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good to have perspective. I think it's good to have hindsight. And I think it's good to evaluate your past so that you can maybe try and make better decisions for the future. And what do I want to do for the future? I want to learn more. Definitely. We're talking about getting smarter, right? Can I get better book smarts? Maybe. What are things that I want to improve on? I want to treat people better. I want to be better at talking. I want to be better at speaking. I'd like to be better at having conversations with people. I would like to learn how to talk to people to get them excited about things. I want to be able to learn how to engage in exciting conversations. And I want to learn how to listen better. Technology wise, there's so much room for improvement. I have a great base understanding of how computers work, how audio works, how video works. I think there's a lot to be learned without going down a rabbit hole about computers when it comes to troubleshooting, more on a hardware level. And that's something that I kind of want to dive into a little bit more. Audio, there's always shit to learn when it comes to audio. And I'm really, as long as I've been creating video content, I don't know an insane amount about content. You know, I was in photography for a while, so I have a good base understanding of frame rates and aperture, but when it comes to video and, you know, bit rates and, you know, depth of field and focal length and lenses, there's still so much to be learned. And I think what I need to do is need to focus on improving those crafts. And, you know, including trying to be a better entertainer for the live stream, just trying to build up my skills in speaking, in entertaining, and again, creating those invigorating conversations can also improve on stream, like when I'm having those conversations with chat. So it's definitely something that I can work on. And I think what I'm trying to do is just build, like, lay down the infrastructure so that I can continue to build on my life from 30 to 40. And I'm super effing excited for 30s because I think there's so much awesome stuff to come. And I just got to be hopeful, and I got to put my mind to some stuff and try not to, you know, to be nostalgic, but try not to focus on the nostalgia too much, because it can definitely get you down. So if you're somebody who spends a lot of time thinking about your past, reflecting on the things you've done, whether they're good or bad, the choices that you've made, I'm right there with you. And, you know, and it gets me down some days. And the only advice that I can really give to you, because I too am looking for some sort of advice, is to try to express gratitude, you know, out loud for the things that you're grateful for today and the things that are good in your life today. And maybe if you are focusing on the now, you'll have less time and energy to focus on your past. That's all I got for you. So, listen, it's Friday. It's April. It's the 17th of April. We're halfway through April. Insane. Do something for yourself this weekend. Have a bowl of ice cream. You know, build up some courage. Go get yourself a Big Mac. Go get yourself some food, even though it might not exactly be safe. I don't know where you're at and how safe it is, but I'm scared going out and getting food from takeout. So I feel you there. But you know, do something for yourself this weekend. Treat yourself. You know, have a great weekend. If it's gonna be nice, enjoy the weather. We were talking about beaches on stream last night, and I can't wait to go to a beach. Just chill out, have some brews on the beach with some friends in the water, with a Nerf football that whistles. Having a great old time. But I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna get to work. It's 5:30. Got a couple hours before I start work. And I think I'm going to start laying out some plans for projects that I want to complete in the next little while. I think the next project is going to be finishing the kitchen for the cooking streams. I got all the hardware I need. Just need to hook it up, and I need to record myself hooking it up for a kitchen project video. Oh, my tummy is a rumbling. Holy moly. Fasting is going to be hard today. But anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Have a fantastic Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon, all right?